After I uploaded this cable idea video, many of you loved that the design was in 2 colors, and that was because I was using a plating feather. I asked if I should make a video about plating, and some of you said yes, and here we are. There will be a link for this video in the description box if you would like to give it a try. Also, if you haven't watched my latest video, just wanted to let you know that I added 2 more tiers on my Patreon, and I'm super excited about that. If you'd like to check it out, there will be a link for my Patreon in the description down below. Alright, so let's start with single bed. I'm using a brother, and my machine came with a plating feeder when I bought it. You have to remove the sinker plate and then the yarn feeder like so. You might need to use a screwdriver to do this, but I'm taking mine out constantly and I'm just doing it by hand. This is how the yarn feeder looks like. One yarn will go in this hole and one in this one, and depending on that you will have one or the other colors at the front or at the back of your sample. And this is how you place your yarn through the feeder, and now you are ready to do some knitting. This is how this yellow sample looks like. You can see for the first half of the sample, I just put the 2 yarns together through my normal yarn feeder, and it's just random which yarns comes to the front. And for the second half of the sample, you can see how only the lighter yellow comes at the front. This is another sample. I used 2 more contrast colors so you can see a bit better, and for the beginning of the sample I put again the 2 yarns together randomly, and then I put them through the plating feeder separately, and then I switched the colors around for the last bit. I think it could be quite cool to play around with different colors and maybe create a striped pattern. If you want to put both of your yarns through the same hole on the plating feeder, you can do that as well, so you don't have to remove it if you want to knit with your 2 colors together. If you have a double bed, continue watching. I will show you now how to add the plating feeder. You can just remove your normal feeder like so. This is how the plating feeder for the double bed looks like. One yarn will go through this section here and one will go through here, and then they will go together through the top opening. To put the plating feeder on the carriage, just make sure to match these little holes. It should fall into place pretty easily and you will know exactly when it does, and then just place the screws back. And this is how the yarn will go through. If you have work on your machine and need to either swap your colors or change them, just push the carriage all the way to the side and grab the yarns from below. You can also use a latch tool to help you out. This can be quite tricky and, to be honest, a little bit annoying sometimes. And you are ready to knit 2 colors now. Just to give you a little tip for when you're using your plating feeder on a double bed, if you want to cast on your rib, I would keep the yarns together for the cast on row and the circular rows. This is just what I found that works better for me, as sometimes one of the yarns doesn't catch when knitting these rows, these first rows when using a plating feeder. And while we are here, another tip to make sure your first rows of rib are perfect, just pull the needles all the way out with every row, and this is going to make your life so much easier. Here is that sample. You can see that you cannot tell that I had the yarns randomly through the feeder. It is not noticeable, and this way it will work much easier. Here are a few of my other videos, and I think these techniques would look great with a plating feeder. I will leave links for all these videos in the description box below if you would like to have a play. Next week I will try to upload a video with some tips and some design ideas when using a plating feeder, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And that is everything for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you will go ahead and use a plating feeder if you haven't used it already, and I will see you next time.